And we are live. Welcome to the Rome Show. I'm your host, Cole Rome. News updates on the Rome Show podcast with Len Besthoff. How you doing, Len?
I am doing, look at this. How can I be doing bad? This is, we're getting technology to do things we used to not be able to do. And so I'm literally broadcasting here from the backyard. You can see out to the front. You'll probably see some folks walking, doing their morning thing and school buses and all that. But, this time of the year, I got no excuse, Rome. I got to get outside when I can be mobile and let you see how beautiful it is out now. Of course, it wasn't this weekend. Oh my God.
It's the perfect weather right now.
Yeah, we're all back at work pretty much. And thanks. But like I was telling you right before we got rolling, I got a lot of sleep in. So I needed it. Not going to lie. I just, when you're a reporter, you get really tired really fast. It's just, you're go, go, go. From the second I'm up, I'm reading headlines, I'm talking to contacts, all that kind of stuff. And I'm not complaining, but, it is a engrossing job. Let's just say it.
Yeah. It's always like 24/7, just about.
Pretty much. A lot of people are like, oh, you're getting older. Why don't you do part-time? This is not a part-time job. It's just not. I mean, like, if I was reading news and more of a news host on the radio or on a podcast, I could probably do that part-time. And even that, I think, might be stretching it. If it was just, I was talking about my opinion and stuff like that, even then you need research. So I think this is the kind of job you're either in or you're not, for the
Yeah.
most part.
And you like
So,
to work. You're a hard worker.
yeah, if I'm not doing this, I'm out in the yard doing stuff. So I'm always doing stuff. That's just,
You,
I can't, I've always got to be moving. That's just how I am. But everybody's different.
you're still very active.
Anyway, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And honestly, I'm already thinking about the next thing right now. It's, it is the Tuesday news day. It's my Monday. So normally we got the golf group and I would be all about getting out on a day like today. But it's sort of, back to work Monday. Honestly, I was golfing late yesterday and it's still pretty soggy from the weekend. So as much as, our meteorologist, Steve Glazier, said, today, we should go today and golf. This morning, it's still a little, let's give it another day. Let's let it dry out a little bit. It was great yesterday. My wife and I did 9 holes twilight at Twin Hills down in Coventry, and it was great. It was, they're in top season form right now. And by the way, there is a golf tournament that I'm hosting on August 14th at Twin Hills. It's for the Children's Associated Summer Theater of Manchester. Still just $99, lunch and dinner, 18 holes with a cart. There's my plug.
It's a big event, right? It's a very big event.
Yeah, yeah, we're going to get you going on it, Rome. I'm almost thinking, if I end up doing a Tuesday Newsday golf outing with the NBC folks, maybe we'll do a quick kind of remote with you from the course. And one day we'll get you out on the course.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. But we got news. But let's do the fun stuff first, since we're having so much fun talking about our weekend and everything. Did you have a weekend, Rome?
A lot of work, just a work weekend. My weekend off is
Yeah.
this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully, my friend, you'll get some good weather. I think one of the days might be rainy, but I think at this point you probably don't care.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're probably pretty tired. Well,
Yeah.
for the
I'll
fun
be fine.
stuff, good, good, good. Just hang in there, Rome. It's a beautiful time of the year, so it's hard to be in a bad mood. As far as the fun stuff goes, where do you want to kick off? Food, entertainment, or sports? There's a lot of choices this time of the year.
Um, I'll start off with sports. I saw a little bit of the Knicks and Cavaliers game. It was like a very intense game at the beginning, but if I'm not mistaken, the Knicks won. And they when they came back, they were smashing them.
Yeah. So I'm going to admit I have the same choice for sports, but I think this is one of those rare days where can, you and I can both have the same sports thing because it's such a huge headline that the New York Knicks, the basketball team in the number one market in the United States, is in the finals for the first time in over a quarter century. I think it was 1999 was the last time the Knicks were in the NBA finals. I'm not sure if they won. I'll admit, I grew up outside New York City in New Jersey, and I grew up a Knicks fan, but it was very easy to fall off as a Knicks fan. I go all the way back to the 70s with Walt Frazier, Earl Monroe, Dave DeBusschere, Dollar Bill Bradley, quite a different team. And I do remember the other team that got pretty far. I can't remember if they won with Charles Oakley and Patrick Ewing, Mark Jackson. So, like, I'm not a non-fan, but I'm definitely a fair weather fan. And certainly I'll root for the Knicks here. It's nice to see them, but I don't know any of their names or anything. I just, the Knicks have had some really screwy management over the last 20, 30 years, and it's just been hard to stay a fan, to tell you the
Yeah.
truth. But good for them. They're in the championship, and they should be. They're playing great. They beat the Cavaliers 4-0. I don't even know who's on the other side, who's going to be in the finals. I don't know if you.
I didn't find out yet. I got to find out.
Yeah. So you and I are sort of slackers, but we're casual fans. We're casual fans. The true definition of a casual fan.
Yeah. The Knicks, they're going good right now.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Be happy for someone else's success, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So food, I got a new one. Very healthy. Mrs. B and I have been hankering to do this for the longest time. We finally did. We went and we bought all the kale and the carrots and the bananas, and we're making smoothies. We're doing healthy smoothies for breakfast now. We're trying. May not be every day, but as often as I can. Just trying to be a little bit healthier. I did have a friend who had a little bit of a scare in the last week. And so that always sort of inspires you to get on that straight and narrow path. So smoothies. And what's interesting, Rome, is, you think, oh, it's going to be a pain in the neck. I got to get all these vegetables, fruit, I got to cut it all up. And no, you can. So my wife got me started on like the easy program, which is you can buy a bag and it's got like frozen strawberries, blueberries, some kale, some other good stuff in there, that you wouldn't eat normally.
Right.
It's frozen, and there's 3 servings in there, and you just take like 1 cup, you dip it in the blender with like a thing of yogurt or almond milk, or hell, if you want milk, go for that. Knock yourself out. Ice cream, go for it, but I think you're losing some of the health benefits. You throw that thing in the blender. 2 minutes later, you're good to go, and you got breakfast. It's healthy. You put protein powder in there, bananas, peanut butter, avocado, any of that. And so we're
Nice.
on that train now. I'll report back to you on that. What do you got for food, Rome?
Classic hot dog and fries, but the hot dog got to be from like a deli hot dog. Those are good.
Okay. Like a big hunk of knockwurst or something like that.
Yeah. Skinless
Yeah.
deli hot dog.
We were this close yesterday to going out on the grill, but we were on the golf course, like I told you. And so we got back really late, and we just ended up, we'll probably grill out tonight. But I mean, the weather's great, so let's go, right?
Right.
Nothing like a hot dog, Rome, especially on Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
Gotta do
Simple
it.
too.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it. A little sauerkraut, mustard, righteous.
Yep. The whole 9.
I'm with you. All right, entertainment. I got a curveball. What do you got?
What I've been watching, training dog videos. Back on those again.
Look, you're doing a great job. What's your dog's name?
Bentley.
Bentley. I've seen your videos, and Bentley's awesome and an inspiration to me to get my dog to be better. Rosie, the little Cairn Terrier, you might hear her pretty soon here. She is she's a handful, but good for you. Those videos help, man. They really do. Just what's your biggest secret? Would you say after watching the videos? Videos are videos. You still got to do the work.
Yeah. You just got to make that time, like at least 20 minutes every day in the morning, nighttime, whenever you can, and just keep doing it. Then about a couple months, you'll notice like a big change, but you just got to keep doing it.
Okay, I'm gonna roll with that advice. I'm gonna go buy some really good meat because everybody tells me like you gotta have like what's called the high value treat or reward, whether it's like knockwurst or we were talking about hot dogs before, liverwurst, something that they're coming every time you call them, like where you're the center of attention and there is nothing that's gonna stop them. So, entertainment wise, for me, I got a twofer. Um, Actually, no, let's not do a twofer. We'll just do a oneer. Um, I've gone back to watching an old series that I watched for a few episodes, and for whatever reason, my wife and I fell off the track on it. It's a show that's been on for 17 seasons. I don't know if that means 17 years, but it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. If you've ever seen it, um, it's definitely popular in the Investigates pod, and I feel very left out. So Lindsay and I started watching it, and she's very picky, but she likes it. So, we're sort of just plodding along. 17 seasons, I'm like 5 episodes in, but it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm digging that.
That's a 17 seasons. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is. I mean, but like Survivor says they've been on for 30 seasons, but they do two a year. So, yeah, what
Oh,
does it really mean? I
that
don't know.
makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, Rome, I probably got to do no news and get to work here. As much as I'm having fun sitting out here in my yard talking with you, we got a lot of news. A lot of news. Memorial Day kind of news. We just came through the 3-day weekend, and you've got these kind of Memorial Day stories. Two kids are in the hospital after a boat caught fire on Candlewood Lake in Danbury. This was on Memorial Day, Monday, the 25th. Emergency crews responded quickly to the scene near a boat launch, and officials say the kids were taken in for treatment. There's no word yet on how serious the injuries were or what sparked the fire, but investigators are looking into exactly what went wrong. This time of the year, you get a lot more of these boat incidents, whether there's crashes, whether there's DUI. You're going to see, especially on a place like Candlewood Lake, a lot of the DEEP, the Department of Environment, Energy and Environmental Protection. You'll see a lot of their patrols out on the water this time of the year. Try to be safe, folks. A driver is facing charges after police say the driver crashed into three people, including two children, at a food truck in New Haven. Oh, what the heck? It happened on Memorial Day. Huh?
That's crazy.
Yeah. It happened on Memorial Day along Long Wharf. They got all the food trucks down there as you're going along 95. And authorities say alcohol is believed to be a factor. Victims were hurt. Police are now working to piece together exactly what led up to that crash. And, it's Memorial Day. Drinking, driving, hitting a food truck.
That's a very tight area too.
Yeah, it is. It is. You really got to go slow when you go through that gauntlet, but it's a lot of fun. There's food trucks everywhere out there. It's
Yeah.
good eating. Good eating. I'm gonna end with some good stories, or a good story. So yeah, man, this weather was lame this weekend. There was actually a post that our poor meteorologist Steve Glazier put out where it showed him like sheepishly tiptoeing into work on Sunday or Monday because like he is the least popular guy in the newsroom right now, and he's got to tell everybody it's going to rain for 3 days straight on Memorial Day weekend. We're used to this in New England, but that doesn't mean we like it. But the good news, much warmer weather is coming to Connecticut this week. The oven is turning on, but there is a catch. There's always a catch in New England, right, Rome?
Right.
You can hear I'm a little bit raspy. I got a little bit of the spilkus going there. Uh, Pollen count, woo, it's going up. So get ready. The oven's going on, and the pollen count's cranking up too. So just be ready for both of those, my friend. And that's all the news I got today.
All right, busy day. Thank you, my friend,
We're
as
gonna get
always.
going. Yeah, there's a lot going on this week. Probably gonna have some action on that Blue Hills Fire District story from last week where we had the fatal fire. Maybe more information coming out on that. It is possible in the Bright Path Kids story in Avon that there may be some more arrests coming there, more paperwork this week. Uh, the news week getting started. I mean, yes, there was news yesterday, Memorial Day Monday, but it was a sleepier kind of day. And now here we go, the work week and the news week starting. So I'm going to get cranking with my Tuesday news day. And Rome, always good to see you. I hope I'm here next week. Or maybe who knows, we'll be doing a remote from the golf course.
All right. See you next week, my friend.
All right. Take care, Rome. Be well.
Take care. And that is it for this week's news updates from my friend Len Besthoff from NBC Connecticut. Stream 24/7. Watch a stream. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart Podcasts on all podcast platforms. I'm your host, Gold Room, the Room Show Podcast. News updates every Tuesday. And I'm out. Peace.